I'm Kimberley Walsh from Girls Aloud, and I'm here to tell you why Beyonce is the world's greatest pop star. So here I am at Wembley Arena, the big stage. Beyonce's performed here in the past, and it's the kind of place where she feels most comfortable and she can prove to the world that she is the world's greatest pop star. Over the course of the next hour, it's my duty to prove to you that if we had just one ultimate pop star on our planet, it would have to be Beyonce Giselle Knowles. She can sing better than any other, dance like no other, and she's her own woman and an inspiration to millions of girls all over the world. I absolutely love Beyonce. I've been a big fan from way back in the Destiny's Child days. I first became a fan of Destiny's Child around the time that they released Bills, Bills, Bills. It had a big impact on me even then. It made me feel like I really wanted to be in a girl band. You could see that they were kind of bouncing off each other and they had sort of a real air of confidence. That was me, really, sold. To me, Destiny's Child are the ultimate girl group. Girls Aloud as a band, I think we've all taken a lot of inspiration from Destiny's Child in a styling kind of way. They always have their own individual looks, but then they always come together as a group as well. That's something that we've always kind of looked towards. So, you know, like we maybe all have the same kind of fabric on, but we'll all have a completely different design. And we've been influenced a lot by the way Destiny's Child are choreographed. Some of the moves, we may have stole a few over the years. And just really, I think the energy and the power that they bring when they perform together, they seem so tight and united. And, you know, that's how we feel when we're on stage. It's like you've got each other and it gives you a kind of power in a way, I suppose. The first track of Destiny's Child that kind of really got me, I think, was Bugaboo, because it was really unusual at the time. It was, you know, a really different kind of sound for a pop band. It was just infectious, really. Me and my friends just used to play it over and over and over again. I was very young myself when I decided I wanted to become a singer, and Beyonce was no different. When she was still in single figures, her father, Matthew Knowles, dedicated his time to putting his daughter on the road to stardom. He put her and the rest of Destiny's Child through a series of tough bootcamp-style training sessions which focused on their vocal and performance abilities. The hard work paid off, and Destiny's Child was born. I think Beyonce was extremely dedicated. I mean, if she was anything like me, I'm sure every night, literally, when she got back from school, she would have started rehearsing and, you know, singing and dancing with her friends. I know I definitely used to do that. I'd come in from school, go straight to stage school every night, weekends as well. You know, I just loved it, and that was where I felt happiest. And she obviously had her own little girl band from the age of 9, so what could be better than coming home from school and practicing with your friends? Welcome back to the world's greatest pop stars with me, Girls Aloud's Kimberley Walsh. I'm here on the big stage, a place that Beyonce is no stranger to celebrate the fact that Beyonce is the finest pop star on the planet. Here's Beyonce and Jay-Z with Bonnie and Clyde, where the magic all started. So Beyonce was on her own and doing it for the ladies, and to announce herself to the world as a solo artist, she released a little track known as Crazy in Love. What a way to introduce yourself. When I first heard Crazy in Love, I was just in complete shock. It was absolutely amazing. I just remember seeing the video and thinking it was something that I'd never seen before. She looked amazing, like even more wow than I'd ever seen her before in Destiny's Child. And it's such a powerful song, and the whole dance routine, everything about it was just infectious. There's a few key moments in the Crazy in Love video that are just like, wow. At the beginning of the video, when she's got the little white vest on, the strut is just so powerful. The second point is probably when she's on the roof and she's got the really strong fringe, because that was just, for me, like a way that I'd never seen Beyonce. It was just really different. And the third, which is probably my most, like, wow point, is when she's got the kind of block colour dress on. She's got the big old wind machines behind her and doing the routine. I think that was the point where I was just like, oh, I really just want to be her. So here it is, we all love it. Feel free to get up and dance, do the booty shake, whatever you want to do. This is Crazy in Love. Beyonce and Jay-Z have got a really good kind of balance between their performance life and the home life. I don't think anybody really knows that much about their relationship, and that's obviously the way that they've kind of intended it to be. I think they choose to keep out of the limelight so that they stay sane and they've got something that, you know, is just between them, and it means that obviously when they get home together in their own home married life, they've got some sort of level of normality, and I think it's healthy. They're probably the most powerful couple in music because they've just got a ridiculous amount of talent between the two of them. I think it's kind of scary that you could have two people that are that talented, both together. Imagine how amazing the kids are going to be. I think a solo career for Beyonce was always inevitable. She was always kind of the front runner and, you know, the main vocalist. It was almost like she'd gone as far as she could possibly go with Destiny's Child at that time, and she needed to just throw herself out of her comfort zone and go for it. I was a little bit sad that it seemed to sort of symbolise the end of Destiny's Child, but I really loved the way that she went off and did her thing as Beyonce and then still came back and did Lose My Breath with Destiny's Child. It shows that, you know, they've got a great bond between the three of them and that there's no reason why you can't do both. She probably felt that she needed to become a solo artist because, you know, she writes most of her own stuff. Sometimes we write songs for our albums and they're just not Girls Aloud songs. You know, they just don't suit the band. So I think to make sure that she wasn't sort of held back musically, the best way to sort of express herself was to go off and release some of the other tracks that she'd written on her own. To be able to make it as a solo artist, you have to have an unbelievable amount of determination and drive because, you know, you're out there on your own and anything goes wrong, it all comes back on you. You know, it's all about you. And I think confidence as well, like to go out on stage. I know for me, having the girls there, it's like I don't know how I could do it without them. Like knowing that they're there to pick up the pieces if anything goes wrong and, you know, the way you support each other up there. I don't know how you do that on your own. I think you need a lot of confidence. Welcome back to the world's greatest pop stars with me, your host for the day, Kimberley Walsh. Beyonce has performed all over the world. She's sold out all the best venues, including this one, Wembley Arena. And believe me, having thousands of people screaming at you is an amazing feeling, but having them eaten out the palm of your hand is pure genius. And that's why I think she's the greatest. I know for me, Beyonce was a really great role model when I was growing up because, you know, when I was